Leaving Cambodia behind, we entered Vietnam and finished our 14-hour journey from Cambodia to Ho Chi Minh City with a 3-hour bus ride. We then walked to our hotel, checked in and went to bed. This morning starts with a buffet breakfast at the Sky Bar of our hotel. We then got our SIM cards for our time in Vietnam,
Priced at £12.50 for 3 months.
also dropped off our laundry and then got some cash out. Where we have to get used to another new currency, this time Vietnamese dong. And we also picked up some freebies from 7-Eleven when we bought one of the umbrellas. Then it was a quick gym session at our hotel, and then we picked up our laundry, which cost only £1 for 3 kilos. Then we headed out to one of the markets, where I bought a new bum bag as our one was looking pretty worn. Then we finished the day off with a delicious curry.
Today, we're heading to Landmark 81, but first, we're booking our trip to the Cu Chi tunnels at the local tour agency. Then, it was a 15-minute cab ride to Landmark 81, the tallest building in Vietnam. The building is absolutely huge, and it even has an ice rink at the bottom. We secured our tickets and headed up to floor 81. Landmark 81 is 470 metres tall, making it 160 metres taller than the Shard. Included in our ticket was a VR experience, which was scarily realistic. Then we headed over to explore a nearby park. After exploring the park, we hopped in a cab to a very busy walking street. Then we finished off the day in a rooftop bar, which sold the yummiest burgers.
Following our gym session in the morning, we head out on a day trip to Cu Chi tunnels. These manually dug tunnels were built during the Vietnam War to protect against the bombing of the US Army. As well as being used as hiding spots, the tunnels also contain
Hospitals and living quarters.
Our guide was so informative, and we learned that the Cu Chi tunnel system is over 400 kilometres long.
As well as disguising the entrances to the tunnels, they also made the air vents look exactly like termite hills.
As well as using the tunnel system, the Viet Cong also built booby traps for the American soldiers.
One, the folding chair. Open.
At the end, we also got the opportunity to climb through some of these tiny tunnels, and as they're built for Vietnamese people, they are pretty tight. And after only 100 metres of this 400-kilometre tunnel system, I'd had enough. Then to finish off our tour, it was just a bus ride back to the city.
This morning, I got a much needed pedicure. Then we did some laundry before heading to the local market. Boiton bartered the price on a new t-shirt.
Okay, how much?
We explored the market some more and then headed to another local park. Where a man tried to sell us his walking tours around the city. Politely declining his tours, we moved on to get an ice cream. Then we picked up our laundry, booked our transfer to Dalat and headed to the gym. Then to end the day, we headed to a local restaurant to try some Vietnamese food.
Today we head to the War Remnants Museum, which has tons of displays and shows the destruction that the Vietnam War caused from a Vietnamese perspective. As well as the long-lasting effects that the Agent Orange defoliator caused. Then we headed to Saigon Centre for a bit of shopping. Today is a travel day to Dalat. So we polished off our breakfast, packed our bags and then headed on our way. first step was a minicab to the bus station. Then hunting down the right bus and jumping aboard. Of course, taking your shoes off to board the bus. Then we settled in on our first proper sleeper bus on an 8-hour journey to Dalat. These buses are so comfy and come with a free blanket and powerful aircon.
Hello, down here.
Following a very, very comfy journey, we arrived in Dalat and ordered a grab to our hotel. And in this hotel, we've got our own kitchen, so we'll be cooking some of our own dinners. For our first day in Dalat, we visited a popular tourist attraction, the Crazy House. And it was probably the strangest, most confusing and disorientating experience we've done so far on our travels. A few very confusing hours later, we headed to the lake in the middle of town for a walk. Also decorated around the lake is the flags of the Vietnam Communist Party. Then we popped to the supermarket to get some ingredients for our home-cooked dinners. Today we hire a motorbike, in someone's living room, over FaceTime, from someone's nan. Probably the most questionable bike hire we've had so far, but the bike works, so we're headed on our way. This time, heading to a very Instagrammable statue park. As well as hundreds of statues, this park also had an archery stall, and it turns out it's a lot harder than it looks. They also have an entire section dedicated to COVID-19. Once we're done at the statue park, we headed on a short ride to the Alpine coaster.
After that adrenaline-fueled ride through the jungle, we arrived at a stunning waterfall and another statue park, where Em got up close and personal to some of the exhibits. We took some pictures and headed back on the Alpine coaster to where we started. Then it was back on the bike for a ride to the Dalat cable car station.
Thank you.
Where I tried out my new gesture, the finger heart, to some of the other tourists here, and they love it.
Did you do it?
Yeah. Arriving at the other side, we had a quick explore and then headed back on another scenic journey across the treetops. Today, we head on a hike up Lang Biang mountain. With stunning views, nice terrain and beautiful weather, we had high hopes for this hike. But as we approached the top, a mere 50 metres from the peak, it started to pour, and we made the decision that it would be too dangerous to carry on. With the top literally in sight, we had to turn around and come back the way we came. And this time, we took a safer, more stable route down on the roads.
Yeah. Nice.
Then it was a quick run back to the bike for a nice cold drink. Today is another sleeper bus to the coastal city of Da Nang. With some time to kill before our bus leaves, we head on another walk around the lake in the centre of town. Then we returned, packed our bags and headed to the bus stop. Getting settled in to a sleeper bus once more, we headed on a 16-hour journey to Da Nang. "16 hours and a very comfortable journey later, we arrived in Da Nang and got a taxi to our hotel. Where we checked in, dropped off our bags and explored the area. And in the evening, got a yummy dinner. Today is a nice and simple beach and pool day. And in the evening, we watched a free fireworks show from the rooftop of our hotel. Today, we hired our first semi-automatic bike, filled up with petrol, and head on a scenic bike ride to Sontram Peninsula and the famous Hai Van Pass. After a very long day, the bike decided that it had had enough, so we headed back to town. Today, we headed to the coconut boats. And literally as we arrived, we got a puncture. We then explained what happened to some of the locals, and they dropped us off at a nearby mechanic. And they insisted that we carried on with our tour, so we headed back to the docks, where we jumped on our boat and our captain started paddling away. Making it through the very narrow paths in the river, we made it to the main area. And also saw some local fishing. And also tried our hand at a bit of crabbing.
Don't put it on there. Why? No, it's not funny.
Okay.
Oh, okay, bye-bye. After the tour, we then finished up and I got driven back to the mechanic to pick up our bike. Costing us only £2 to fix, the bike was good as new. And we finished off the day in the pool and watching the fireworks.
Today we're off to explore Lang Biang Beach. Where if you bought food or a drink, you got a free sunbed, so Tom got a massive pizza. And I got roped into buying another anklet.
The fish in its natural habitat.
Feeling pretty salty and sandy after spending the day at the beach, we headed back to cool off in the pool. We then ended the day with a delicious dinner and watched the fireworks again. This morning we went to explore the Marble Mountains.
Nice, well done.
Where we clambered through some tight caves to get to this stunning viewpoint. And after finally making our way back down, we were starving, so we headed for a burger and chips. Starting the day with a very chaotic busboarding, we make our way to Barnard Hills. Then we got our tickets, got a map in the right language and began to explore. Barnard Hills is at the top of a mountain, so we hopped in the cable car to take us up.
The huge buildings and mountainous setting make this place feel like a different world. Rushing, because we thought it was going to close soon, we headed to the activity centre of Barnard Hills. Once we had used all the free rides included in our tickets, we headed to the buffet for dinner. Where I managed to accumulate a mountain of free drink vouchers. Leaving the buffet, we realised a flash mob had popped up. Where I met a lady friend who had suspiciously large hands. Having had enough of the dancing, we headed back to our hotel via cable car, then bus. Enjoying our time so much in Da Nang, we extended by a couple of nights and just spent the next few days chilling by the pool and soaking up the sun. Leaving Da Nang behind, we head to our next destination, Phong Nha. Arriving at the bus station, we jumped on a very busy sleeper bus, where we got the very last seats at the back, squished between 5 people. As the 6-hour bus journey passed us by, the bus became more and more empty, and we managed to secure much more comfortable seats to enjoy the countryside. Arriving in Phong Nha, we headed to our homestay, checked in and went to bed. Starting the day off with a delicious chicken banh mi. We hire yet another semi-automatic bike, fill her up with petrol and then head to the duck stop. The duck stop is essentially just a giant duck farm that allows you the opportunity to feed the ducks, but it was honestly so much fun. Go at him! Also included in the price were some really tasty Vietnamese pancakes. The next stop of the day is Phong Nha Caves. So we head to the boat station, find some people to split the boat with and then jump aboard. Following a paddle through the cave, we jump back on the boat for another scenic ride down the river. To finish off the day, we decide to go on a bike ride to explore the greenest landscapes that we've seen in Vietnam so far. For our last day in Phong Nha, we fuel up at breakfast and then head to the Botanical Garden for a jungle hike. We arrive, get our tickets and then begin our walk. Seeing some absolutely stunning views along the way. And 2 hours later, we're done and we jump on the bike back to town.
where we book our bus tickets to go further north in Vietnam to Ninh Binh. And that concludes the first half of our Vietnam travels.